Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Bitcoin is now starting to move sideways in a chop pattern. We are pushing back up to 9K, dumping back down to 8,500. So we're all over the place right now with Bitcoin, and we're going to take a look at the charts to see if we have a clearer direction on where we think the market might be headed to in the short to medium term. And we'll look. I think we kind of already looked over the long term yesterday, so y'all can go look at that video if y'all like. But I'll keep this video rather simple and short. But thanks for tuning in, y'all. I'm glad to have y'all back on the channel. If y'all are brand new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every day that I make a Bitcoin video. I produce a Bitcoin chart video every single day on this channel. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we're getting here on the 15-minute time frame. We're looking at our SR. We can currently see that we did have a nice little push above our VWAP pattern here, indicating the bulls did push this all the way back up to that 9,300 area. So I actually stayed out of the market for the night, and just wanted to kind of get a good night's sleep, to say the least, because I had really been looking at charts all night and all day yesterday too, to try to just decide what I think the proper play would be here. So definitely a nice little relief from our 10K top, and then that big sell-off that we had there, so that 8,300 area. So now we're going to have to really see whether or not we're going to continue to push higher. We did have another major sell-off right after that 9,300 push, all the way back down to 8,300. So Bitcoin not playing around right now. Definitely in a very volatile state, as you can see. But let's jump into our higher time frames and see exactly what's going on here. We do notice that on our money flow with our 15-minute, we can also see it starting to move back into the red as of right now. If we zoom out just a little bit more, we can see that money flow has started to move out of the market from our topping out pattern at that 10K area. So let's move on into our 30-minute time frame, and we can look at our money flow oscillation a little bit later. And looking at our 30-minute time frame here, definitely can see some sideways chop patterns happening. If anything, I feel like once we start to move into some of these very choppy patterns here, and we don't have a very clear direction of where the market might be headed to, especially after a big drop or a big bullish move, then we can also maybe take a look at some of these lower time frames and play off of that, to be honest, because I'm looking at some of these buy and sell signals, which are custom signals that I set up in TradingView. If y'all are interested in that, y'all can check out the Patreon page. I tell y'all how to set all that up within my private videos that I provide. But looking at these lower time frames here, I'm starting to see, oh, okay, well, after we have a pretty big sell-off or a massive pump or something like that, and we start to see consolidation, we can probably look at some of these lower time frames and maybe get some good signals there with our buy and sells. But as far as our Cypher B is concerned, looking at our 30-minute here, you can tell that our money flow is still trending in the red right now. It does look like it's starting to clip up just a tad bit, as you can see here, putting in a lower high on Cypher B, our blue waves, and then also our money flow too, putting in higher highs, sorry. So putting in some higher highs here, maybe indicating that we will maybe want to move back into this greenish area here. But I would say for us to get back up to that 10K area is going to be quite a bit of a struggle. We did break down below one of our key resistance lines here, and it looks like I need to redraw that pattern out. Maybe it does look like, well, I do believe we broke above it, but we didn't quite make support above it. So not a strong enough breakout to then send us back down, below our below our resistance line or our support line. So looking at our 45-minute time frame, we can also see that money flow is still kind of rounding off just a tad bit. So that's another indication that, money's coming out of the market right now. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Happy halving, everyone, by the way. So from here on out, we're going to have to see whether or not Bitcoin's fundamentals are ready to take off. Based on my last video, I thought that Bitcoin had a very good chance of decoupling from the market, but as of right now, it seems that it is still correlated asset to the market, and we're going to have to wait to see. I would imagine once gold and silver decides to decouple from traditional markets, that we'll probably see Bitcoin do the same thing with it as well too. 45-minute having a red dot here indicating a little bit of a sell-off, as you can see, lining up with our Heikinashis and our candles here, dipping back down below our key EMA, finding resistance at that 100 as well. Let's move into our 1 hour here. 1 hour money flow still nicely in the red. I mean, these are good plays that you could probably have considered. Looking at our 1 hour here, our money flow is definitely moving out, back ready to turn red once again, and then we had that major sell-off indicating that money was just ready to come out of the market for the most part. So hindsight's 2020, I know, but we try to do our best on this channel, and we try to decide whether or not what's going to be a good position for us. So and with that being said, I do have my trading group is set up and ready to take this next swing trade, if anything. So we are set up and prepared for what is most likely to come over the next couple of months post-halving. And I think that post-halving is going to be a very interesting time for us, to say the least. So if y'all want to stay up to date with all my ins and outs of the markets, and then also be a part of a really awesome group. It's a very good trading group. Everyone's really friendly in there too. So, but right now y'all can join up. Y'all can sign up if y'all like. If y'all do have any questions, feel free to message me if you'd like to as well. But that's the first link in the description box. And then once you join the Patreon group, you'll get access to the Discord server. Just make sure that you send me your Discord name inside of a message in Patreon too as well. But I have probably over close to around 15 private videos in there as well, telling you how to set up your charts. I know that my market cipher chart looks a little bit different than most people's, so I tell you what custom ways that I've set it up. Instead of having waves, I just have lines pretty much. I just have the big blue wave pretty much like that. So it's easier for me to see. Everyone can obviously set it up how they feel themselves they would want to. Let's look at the 90-minute time frame here. 90-minute time frame, we are getting our sell signal here. We have a nice little red dot. Money flow is also moving down in our same direction as our red dot is indicating maybe money is still ready to come out of this market just a little bit more. So that's something we need to keep a keen eye on too as well. Now, we did have that, I feel like, a relief pump all the way up to that 9,300 area. Yeah, not even 9,300. It was only about 9,100. Our pivot points are still resetting as of right now. So obviously, these pivot points kind of act as like Bollinger Bands for the most part too. But when they start to squeeze a little bit tighter, then we start to have a break. So I would imagine that we'll consolidate probably here to the side for a little bit longer, even as we move into our 2 hour. Once we start to move into these higher time frames, we can see exactly where we might get our squeezes at. But we did have a nice little squeeze up here and then capitulated down. So that's how these SRs, support and resistance market cipher indicator works too as well. And if y'all are interested in getting market cipher, y'all can check out the links in the description box. I think I have a link to Crypto Face's channel on there, and y'all can check out his website as well to get set up with the market cipher indicator package. And then if y'all want to learn a little bit more about it, then y'all come back and watch me. So I know he's doing his best to get out tutorial videos and whatnot. But I make content every single day, and it helps me with my analysis, going over the charts every single day on this channel. So if y'all want to come back and watch me use market cipher, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and comment down below. Let me know that this is helping you out if you do have market cipher, or if you don't have market cipher and you're wanting to maybe purchase it later. I think that he's coming out with an affiliate program as well, and you can bet for sure that I'll have that link down there too once that comes out, so that way y'all can get signed up under Crypto Takeover and also help support me too. So let's move into, and here's another thing too, y'all. So we can already tell that on our lower time frames, the money's ready to move out of this market. Looking at our 2 hour time frame, 2 hour time frame, we can also see that money flow is really starting to clip into that zero pivot. That zero pivot point's letting us know with our red dot here, hey, get ready. Money's getting ready to probably move out of the market for a little bit. Moving on into our 3 hour. 3 hour, we did get a nice little bounce here on our zero pivot, but that's not putting in a higher high just yet on our money flow. VWAP's clipping down too as well, indicating that we will probably end up getting a red dot pretty soon on our blue wave. So once that red dot does occur, we do have a death cross happening here on our 3 hour as well too. Moving on into our 4 hour. 4 hour, we are starting to see that pressure, that squeeze between our two key EMAs. Now I do have the sequential up here as well too, but it's not Tone Vase's sequential, so I don't know how relevant this sequential actually is. If y'all know of a better sequential that I could use, please let me know. I find the sequential pretty interesting, to be honest, the sequential count. But at the same time, I don't really feel like purchasing Tone Vase's sequential because I think I'm good with Market Cipher. But maybe later on, once I have the funds, I could come out and produce maybe make the money to get the sequential that Tone Vase has too as well. Right now, I just just trying to focus on Market Cipher and getting better at this, and getting good at this. So. And so far, it's worked wonders. Market Cipher has been great for me, and I encourage y'all to at least go check it out, if anything. And Crypto Face is an awesome person too, so I really appreciate him. But as you can tell, even on our 4 hour, we're putting in a lower high on our money flow here. VWAP's clipping down as well. Blue wave is also maybe signaling that it's ready to give us a red dot there pretty soon as well. We're just getting massive resistance here with our key EMA. As we start to dip below our 13 EMA and we start to maybe even make more of a downtrend with our 13 EMA here, we can expect that will probably be quite a bit of resistance for us moving forward from here on out. Even on our 6 hour, this was one of our key time frames that I had really kept an eye on too. Now we are getting a buy signal here, but that's yet to be determined with how much selling pressure we really had. We can probably come back and retest that buy and sell signal and say, well, yeah, we had a buy signal here, but we didn't pump up too much, and then we had another major drop off too. So I would say that if we do end up getting somewhat of a death cross here on our 6 hour, that's probably most likely going to indicate that, hey, we have we have something waiting for us pretty much to further anticipation that we could consolidate. We'll probably consolidate out a little bit. It looks like we are going to get a green dot here on our 6 hour as well. So maybe some consolidation, but money flow is already starting to round off just a tad bit. If we start to come back up, that is a possibility. But I'm kind of more in a neutral position right now of where I see the market's headed to, and I think that's probably the best bet for me, at least right now, to take that position. On our 8 hour too as well, we are seeing some support and resistance between our two key EMAs here as well, which will probably get a squeeze between that 9K area and then also that 8100 area. So definitely I feel like some sideways movement is necessary right now before we decide to break out or to from either direction moving forward from here on out. The fact that our money flow is still really nice here on our 8 hour too. A lot of money still in this market, so even if we had a wick up to that 9500 area, that could be a firm possibility as we start to move back up. Our VWAP is kind of moving sideways here, so no sign of a green dot just of yet. But if we start to come back down even lower on these time frames, or on the 8 hour with our blue wave, and we start to move below this oversold positioning, and maybe put in a big green dot, that's a possibility too. But we haven't quite gotten to that point just yet. If we start to see this money flow start to round off, then hey, we can anticipate some more sell off and maybe money wanting to come out of the market. As of right now, it still looks like a lot of the money is still in the market right now, and I think that we'll probably have maybe a little bit more of relief, probably back up to maybe retest the 9K area or that 9,500 area. But getting above 10K is going to be relatively difficult for us right now. I feel like moving on into our 12-hour, we can see our 12 hours maybe getting ready to put in a green dot too as well. So that's a firm possibility. Moving on into our daily, we do have our sell on our daily time frame. From our 21 to our daily as well. Also that I did notice that, as we start to, we'll get these squeezes here, and that'll mean a lot actually to us. So we could end up coming back up above it for relief a little bit, above our key EMA, but then we might dip back down below it too. So that's just something we need to keep a close eye on. These are about 8,100 to 7,900. And then with our daily, we do have our sell on our daily. This blue wave clipped down really nice here to the bottom side too. So we could start to see this kind of even round off a little bit more. There's a sell on a 3-hour. Okay, it looks like things are dumping right now. So it looks like things are kind of dumping. Okay, we're at 8,400 right now. So things are taking a little bit of a dive. Post halving, this is what we can expect, if anything, and it is what it is. So we get ready for it. I had made a call yesterday, but I didn't quite take it. I just need to get sleep. I said, hey, we could put in short orders to 8,500, and it looks like that would have worked out well for us. But we are already in a long-term position right now too as well. Low leveraged, if anything, and I gave that signal back to my group a couple of days ago. So we're ready for whatever may be possible within this market too moving forward. And that's really what it is. You see crypto face, and he trades with really large amounts of money on his videos, but they're quick scalps. He doesn't stay in the market for that long, to be honest. But you can do that with that kind of capital, and that's really what it is. If you have the capital to make those quick scalps and make a couple $1,000s on a quick scalp, then you don't have to stay in the market that long, and I think that's why he looks at some of these smaller time frames. But if some of us aren't as graced and as blessed with that kind of capital, then we kind of have to do a little bit more proper risk management, to say the least. And anyone that joins my trading group too, I always tell them, hey, we're not here to get rich. We're not here to get rich overnight, at least. We're here to have steady accumulation in this market. We're here to make sure that we use proper risk management and that we don't over leverage ourselves. If anything, I tell people, nothing more than 10x. If anything, nothing more than 5x. You shouldn't be doing that. Leverage, if anything. But to each his own. But I like to take things pretty slow for the most part when it comes to this market, because there is so much volatility in it, and it's just best to kind of take things a little bit slower, look at some of the higher time frames, and that's just really what I focus on. If you have the capital and you do like to take those smaller time frames and trade off of those, Market Cipher is definitely the indicator for it. It lets you know exactly when money's coming in and out, and that's basically your lead indicator to let you know when's a good time to enter a trade or not. So guys, if y'all are interested, I do have, oh shizzle. Sorry, I just dropped the phone. So I do have the YouTube channel membership page. If y'all are interested in signing up for that, feel free to. It basically allows me to help y'all out with any charts that y'all want me to review with Market Cipher itself. So if y'all have any traditional market charts or fiat charts that y'all want me to review with Market Cipher, I'd be glad to help you out. It is a little cheaper than the Patreon page and the trading group page itself. So if y'all are interested in that, feel free to sign up for it and then send me a message. And then also the newsletter is free to sign up for. If y'all want to sign up for the newsletter, y'all can click the link in the description box, and basically I'll send out newsletters to provide you with some of the private videos that I send my Patreon members from month to month for the most part. So hope that y'all sign up for that, and that y'all will see the next private video that I send y'all with information on there. Then also the Discord server is available if y'all do want to just join the Discord server. There is a private channel in there specifically for the Patreon trading group. But if y'all just want to come in there and chat with us, learn a little bit more, if y'all are new to the market and have some questions, feel free to ask people in there. Everyone's very helpful for the most part. So definitely come check it out. But just make sure that when you do click the link, you're going to read through a guidelines and rules page. And make sure that you abide by everything. You can click the little green checkbox down there when you get started, and then it'll give you access to the server itself. Then also I have the Telegram channel. If y'all are interested in joining, feel free to join the Telegram channel. And just it's a way for me to keep you up to date with what I have going on with Crypto Takeover. And maybe if we do some other fun things, or I'll provide news articles and links and such like that in there too. So feel free to join the Telegram channel. I use the premium plan on TradingView. So if y'all want to sign up for a better subscription plan for TradingView, I would at least recommend having the Pro or the Pro Plus plan. It just allows you to have a few more indicators on the screen. So I use Market Cipher, and then if you do have the Pro Plus plan, you can also add your indicators like the Aldo EMAs, which is another custom signal that I tell you how to set up inside of the Patreon page, and then also the Whales buy and sell indicator, which is also custom settings that I use specifically for my indicator. But Aldo EMAs is a custom code that I provide you in the Patreon page as well. So feel free to check that out if y'all are interested. But we're going to move into our Bitstamp chart just to look at some of these higher time frames, see if they're telling us anything different as of right now. So I do have some prices marked here, as you can see, but we won't go too much further into that because that is yet to be determined as of right now. But from moving forward here on out, if we come to some retracement, I drew some fib channels here, and I have some price targets there that y'all can go back and look at if y'all want. Moving into our 2-day here, our 2-day is giving us a nice little doji candle here, so definitely anticipating some more downwards movement here. Possibly, if we do get a doji close like this, that's definitely probably a sign that we are in a topping out pattern for the most part. So you can see here we had some very nice dojis at the top of our 14K run up too. I kind of want to go back and look at some of these dojis that maybe were up here. And so these wicks all the way down to the bottom, I mean, that's a good indication that once the wicks on Heikin-Ashi candles start to wick the other direction, that's definitely a good idea that we're probably headed for a little bit lower price movement, if anything. Once they turn a solid red too, then that's a good indication that we're probably headed back the other direction. And we've already gotten that solid red color on our 1-day and our 21 as well. So moving on into our 3-day. 3 days also giving us those Heikin-Ashis there too, maybe indicating a little bit of a topping out pattern here on our blue waves as well. So, it's subjective for the most part right now. I think that there is a possibility that we could end up pushing up a little bit higher, maybe to retest that 9,500 area. But as of right now, I kind of have my eyes set on certain price targets going on into at least June and maybe the end of June. So we're gonna be patient with the market. Whatever it can give us, we'll go with that, and we'll move forward from there on out. So to finish off real quick, I do use the 3 commas platform to mostly trade on my leverage exchanges as well. It's basically an easy way to get in and out of the market pretty quickly. And then also you can set up trading bots on there too. So if y'all are interested in setting up your own trading bot, feel free to check out the 3 commas link in the description box. But if y'all don't want to have to worry about trading too much and y'all just want to buy on HODL, then you can also check out the Ledger page as well. Make sure that you do have at least a cold storage device, even if you are trading, but you have a HODL stash, which like I always tell everyone and in my Patreon member group to make sure that you are DCAing into the markets. I also provide my 2 favorite altcoins that I'm in heavy accumulation of and DCAing into those markets pretty much every single week. For the most part. So, but make sure you keep your crypto off of the exchange if you aren't trading with it too as well. And this is a great way to do it. So check out the links in the description box. And then also Bybit, we use the Bybit platform to leverage trade. It's definitely one that I would recommend. The platform is very easy to navigate, but when you do sign up, make sure that you access the testnet first. And the best way to do that is to contact chat and ask them how to access the testnet. So that way you can just practice trade with BTC on there. And make sure that you're a profitable trader, make sure that your algorithm's working, make sure that you know how to use your stop losses, your markets, your market ins, your market outs, your limit ins, your limit outs, how to ladder orders, all that jazz. So it's definitely something you have to learn, right, beforehand. And that's why I just encourage people to use the testnet first before. And then also Prime XBT is another leverage trading account, allowing you to trade the S&P 500, gold and silver, and some different fiat currencies, all using Bitcoin. So check that out too. Brave browser is an awesome browser that I use pretty much daily on every single computer that I have. And it's definitely the browser of the future. It's made by the same people that make Mozilla Firefox. And the cool part about it is that you can passively earn the BAT token, which is a cryptocurrency, and by clicking on ads in the bottom right hand corner. So very interesting. Check it out if y'all are interested. And then also the Brave tab, the Crypto Tab browser is another way to mine Bitcoin actually straight from your laptop. So I have it running on 2 different laptops I don't really use anymore, but y'all can check out the link in the description box, and I just have it running on the background of those 2 computers. There's also apps you can download to mine Bitcoin straight from your phone too if you'd like. So definitely a cool thing to check out there, Crypto Tab browser. If y'all are interested, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Check out all the links in the description box. Thanks for coming back to the channel, y'all. Don't forget to join the Patreon page to start trading with us and learn a little bit more if y'all are interested. I actually just provided my my notes to Market Cypher that I've been keeping for over a year and a half now. So I provided those to the Crypto Takeover Patreon group as well. Basically how to read Market Cypher and just kind of some note taking there on it. So yeah, join us in there. Don't forget to like that button, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, tick the little notification bell, and comment down below. Let me know that my videos are helping you out. I really appreciate y'all tuning in today, and I will see y'all on the next one. CTO signing out.